Hello grade 9, welcome to my YouTube channel. Lesson 4, Relationship of Roots and Coefficients of Quadratic Equation. So again, the standard form of our quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then for our coefficients, so we have our a, our b, and our c. Then for our roots, we have x sub 1 and x sub 2. Dito sa lesson na to, aalamin natin ano ba ang relationship ni coefficients a, b, c kay roots na x sub 1 at x sub 2. Using this example, I will show you the relationship of the coefficients a, b, and c and the roots x sub 1 and x sub 2. I have here 2x squared minus x minus 3 is equal to 0. So our coefficients are, for a, we have 2. For b, we have negative 1. And for c, we have negative 3. So we are trying to get the value of x sub 1 and the value of x sub 2. Okay, as you can see, our given 2x squared minus x minus 3 is equal to 0. A is greater than 1. So we are going to use AC method. Or you can have factoring if you want. So AC method. So we will have AC. So we multiply A and C. So we have 2 times negative 3. So that is negative 6. Then we are trying to look for the factors of negative 6 that when we add, the answer is B. So our B is negative 1. So we have negative 3 and positive 2. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. We are going to rewrite the given equation. So we will have 2x squared minus x minus 3 is equal to 0. Then using this factor, so we have 2x squared minus 3x. So we are going to rewrite the middle term using this factor. So 3x plus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Then we are going to regroup the first and second term, third and last term. Okay, then look at the first group. So our common monomial is x. So we are going to put x outside. Then the remaining will be 2x minus 3. Then plus, so we have 2x minus 3 because there's no common factor in these terms. Then equal to 0. Then, which terms do this in common? So we have 2x minus 3. Then, the remaining will be x plus 1 equals 0. Then, using the zero product property, so we'll have 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. And x plus 1 is equal to 0. Then, additive property or additive inverse. So, we have 2x minus 3 plus 3 equals 0 plus 3. So, cancel. So, we have 2x equals 0 plus 3 is 3. Then, divide both sides by 2. X sub 1 is 3 halves. Then for our x sub 2, So we have x plus 1, additive inverse, negative 1 equals 0, minus 1. Kung anong ginawa sa kaliwa, gagawin sa kanan. Then 1 minus 1 is 0, so that is x equals 0 minus 1, that is negative 1. So our x sub 2 is negative 1. I am going to explain the relationship of the coefficients a, b, and c, and the roots x sub 1 and x sub 2. So let's reveal the relationships among roots and coefficients of quadratic equation. So una, tingnan natin ang x sub 1 at x sub 2. So gawin natin na x sub 1 plus x sub 2. Tingnan natin kung ano ang mangyayari. So kung pagpaplasin natin, if we add 3 over 2 plus our x sub 1 is negative 1. So we will have 3 over 2. Positive times negative is negative 1. So, getting the LCD, which is 2. So we have 2 divided by 2 is 1 times 3 is 3. Minus, so the denominator of 1 is 1. So 2 divided by 1 is 2 times 1, that is 2. So that is equal to 1 over 2. So if we add x sub 1 and x sub 2, the result is 1 over 2. Then let's see. If we multiply x sub 1 and x sub 2. So what will be the result or the product? So we'll have 3 over 2 times negative 1. Okay? So, denominator of negative 1 is 1. So, multiply numerator by a numerator. So, 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Then, 2 times 1 is 2. Okay. So, take a look at our sum. And take a look at our product. Okay. So, as you can see in our coefficients, our denominator is equal to what? A, B, or C? So, it is equal to A. It's equal to A. Then, our product, unahin muna natin ito, is negative 3. Negative 3. So, saan equal si negative 3? Kay A, kay B, or kay C? So, kay C. Then, dito naman ay 1. Pero, si coefficient B ay negative 1. So, meaning, lalagyan natin ng negative si B para mag-equal kay numerator. Therefore, sasabihin natin na si x sub 1 plus x sub 2 ay laging equal kay negative B over A, at si x sub 1 times x sub 2 ay laging equal kay C over A. So, ito ang relasyon na mayroon kay roots at coefficients ng quadratic equations. Using again our example, 2x squared minus x minus 3 is equal to 0. Kanina, ang ating x sub 1 plus x sub 2 equals 1 half. Then, ang ating x sub 1 times x sub 2 equals negative 3 over 2. Ngayon, let's go back to our given. If we're going to divide both sides, or all terms by positive 2 by a, so that will be, okay, so that will be x squared minus 1 over 2x minus 3 over 2 is equal to 0. Now, if we are going to rewrite our given using this x sub 1 plus x sub 2 and x sub 1 plus x sub 2, so we will have x squared minus, saan equal si 1 half? Kay x sub 1 plus x sub 2. So, palitan natin si 1 half ng x sub 1 plus x sub 2 x minus, wait lang, i-rewrite natin ito gamit yung x sub 1 plus x sub 2 at saka x sub 1 times x sub 2. So, paano yon gagawin? So, we have x squared minus, saan equal si 1 half? Kay x sub 1 plus x sub 2. So, ilagay natin dito, x sub 1 plus x sub 2. X. Then, saan equal si negative 3 over 2? Kay x sub 1 times x sub 2. So, plus x sub 1 times x sub 2 equals 0. So, yun pa lang ating standard form na ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 ay pwede nating i-rewrite as x squared minus x sub 1 plus x sub 2 quantity x plus x sub 1 times x sub 2 equals 0. Again, the relationships of roots and coefficients of quadratic equations are, number 1, sum of roots. So we have x sub 1 plus x sub 2 is always equal to negative b over a. And for the second one, product of roots, we have x sub 1 times x sub 2 always equal to c over a. Examples. Find the sum and product of roots of the equations 4x squared plus 8x minus 12 is equal to 0. So here, our coefficients a, b, and c are, so for our a, so we have 4. For our b, we have positive 8. And for our c, we have negative 12. So we are going to look for the sum. So our sum is x sub 1 plus x sub 2 equals negative b over a. And for our product, so we have x sub 1 times x sub 2 equals c over a. Then substituting our coefficients, so we have negative, then our b is 8, and our a is 4. Then for our product, we substitute c, which is negative 12, and a, which is all over 4. So therefore, our sum is negative 8 over 4. So this is sum of roots. And our product is negative 12 over 4. So that is product of roots. You can also simplify this. So negative 8 over 4 is negative 2. And negative 12 over 4 is negative 3. Find the quadratic equation given the following roots. X sub 1 equals 3. X sub 2 equals 7. So before we find the quadratic equation, let us first find the sum of roots. So x sub 1 plus x sub 2 equals, so we have negative b over a. So x sub 1 is 3 plus x sub 2 is 7, negative b over a. So x sub 1 plus x sub 2 is equal to 10. So our sum is 10. How about for the product? X sub 1 times x sub 2 equals c over a. So we will have x sub 1 times x sub 2. So we have 3 times 7 equals c over a. So 3 times 7 is 21. is equal to C over A. Now, this is negative B over A. So, our sum is whole number and our product is whole number. So, the denominator of this is 1. Okay, so from here, we can identify our coefficient. So, what is our A? So, our A is 1. How about our B? Our B is negative 10. And how about our C? Our C is positive 21. So, our C is positive 21. Then, rewriting this in our standard form, AX squared plus BX plus C is equal to 0. So, we will have X squared. So, minus 10X plus 21 is equal to 0. And this is our quadratic equation.